Hello FlossTube friends, and welcome to Leah's Cross Stitch Corner. This is FlossTube number 28, and today I wanted to talk about cross stitch advent calendars. Yes, the very polarizing topic of cross stitch advent calendars. As you're all aware, I spent most of December unboxing the Caterpillar cross stitch in the Historical Sampler Company advent calendars, to varied amounts of success and a lot of disappointment. So today I wanted to share what an advent calendar is, where you can get them from, how much they cost, and what I thought of the two that I got. Now, I don't have anything to show, unfortunately. If you want to know what was in those advent calendars, you're going to have to go back and watch those Flossmas videos. I'll link the playlist down below if you want to go and watch. But I unpackaged it all and I put it all away, and the box for Jasmine is over there. I'm just waiting for some bubble wrap before I can send that off to her, because she's getting the vast majority of the Historical Sampler Company advent calendar because, to put it bluntly, it was pants. So welcome to my FlossTube channel. It's lovely to have you here. It's FlossTube number 28, and I thought, get this one done, and then we don't have to worry about cross-stitch advent calendars until December 2024. Eh, God. It honestly, Advent feels like a lifetime ago. And, do you know, it created so much conversation and it was so much fun that I'm glad it went the way it went. I'm glad it was disappointing for the historical one mostly. And it created a good conversation. You know, we all were having a bit of a laugh and a bit of a joke. You know, it was a little bit of a joke at the end, let's be honest. But it was an interesting experience, I'll say that much. So, you might be here wondering, what is a cross-stitch advent calendar? So, a cross-stitch advent calendar is very similar to a chocolate advent calendar, only more disappointing, let's be honest, because chocolate isn't disappointing, is it really? I've never been disappointed in chocolate. Never. Unless it has nuts in or fruit in. But I don't even go for those varieties. What kind of nutter eats chocolate with fruit in? Probably the same kind of nutter who eats carrot cake. I am, of course, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Maybe carrot cake is nice, who knows? So essentially, from the 1st of December to the 24th of December, though it used to be, and I will swear down on this, it used to be you got it until the 25th, because you always got a big gift on the 25th. I remember that. But for some reason it's now day 1 to day 24, and every day of December, from the 1st to the 24th, you get a chocolate in a chocolate advent calendar, a nail varnish in a nail varnish calendar, a makeup item in a makeup item, and in the Historical Sampler Company cross-stitch advent calendar you get a snowflake hole punch. Somebody didn't read the right script. Somebody didn't read it. So essentially every day you get a cross-stitch item. That's the idea. That isn't how it went. I'd like to know if there were any cross-stitch advent calendars that had cross-stitch items every single day, because I don't even think the Bothy Threads one did. They also had sweet treats in. As I said, in the case of the Historical Sampler Company one, it was primarily paper craft. You wouldn't have known it was a cross-stitch advent calendar apart from me telling you it was a cross-stitch advent calendar. Yeah, it was a wild ride. It was a wild ride. So that is the primary basis of what an advent calendar is. Let's get into the price. So, the Caterpillar cross stitch advent calendar cost £109. I believe that was inclusive of shipping. I'm pretty sure they do free shipping if it's over like a certain amount. I'm pretty sure it had free shipping. And I'm pretty sure you could order it from very, very early in 2023. I paid in 3 mine and ordered it, I think it was like April, but I could be wrong. But it's available pretty much up until the very squeaky bum time of like October, November. Might even be September was like the cut off for it. But like they do a lot. So you've got a lot of time to like put money aside if you want to get one. And that's how much it cost. So it was £109. The Historical Sampler Company one was £97. In fact, I'm just going to put them 2 pages beside each other. I've got some notes. So the Historical Sampler Company one was £97. And again, I believe that was inclusive of shipping. And that came out, I believe that came out pretty late. It was like August, September when they like announced it and when it came out. So there's a shorter turnaround for time for that one. So if you want that one, you've got to be quick. They did say they would sell out quickly. They didn't. They didn't sell out. I'm pretty sure they didn't sell out. Because I remember them offering them like literally into November as it was like all coming together. So they didn't actually sell out. And I can kind of see why. Caterpillar cross stitch, those did sell out. The Historical Sampler ones, as far as I'm aware, did not. So there's the costing all done. They are expensive, so you've got to be aware of that. You spend a lot of money considering a chocolate advent calendar costs a couple of pounds for a Cadbury one. So what's in a cross stitch advent calendar? And here's where the fun really starts. So I've got a rundown of everything that was in. So in the Caterpillar cross stitch advent calendar, there was 3 kits. And these were spread over the course of 10 days. So there were 3 days of fabric. There were 3 days of patterns. And then I believe there was 4 days of threads. So that's how they spread it out. We got 3 enamel needle minders, an elf, a reindeer and a wreath. We got 2 lots of ribbon in the same day. On Christmas Eve, we got 5 floss drops and a binder ring. We got a scissor fob, we got 2 pairs of scissors, we got needles, we got, in one of the days, we got 2 chocolates. So it was these 2 like little chocolates. There was some hot chocolate, there was a wooden snowman, a blank wooden snowman, it's in the box for Jasmine. We got some wooden cross-stitch trees, so it's like a circular thing. It's got holes in, you can cross-stitch over in the shape of a tree. And we got a star ornament. You might be able to see it on the tree, but you might not. Oh no, it's hanging above, sorry, but you won't be able to see it. So that's what we got on the cross-stitch, the Caterpillar cross-stitch advent calendar. Now, they did it in a kind of a sneaky way, if you will, because the kits were spread over days. You know, one day we got that random wooden snowman, which was wild. We got the 2 chocolates. That's all we got that day, 2 chocolates. There was at one point where we just got a couple of threads. We got 2 pairs of scissors. I still don't understand the concept of getting 2 pairs of scissors. Like, as far as I'm aware, in 2022, they had a Caterpillar cross-stitch tape measurer. It's like a little circle thing, and it comes out and it's like a tape measure. You can measure your fabric and stuff. But this year we got 2 pairs of scissors instead. And one of the pairs are dreadful. They're in the shape of glasses and they're really nice. But they're very clunky and they're an accident waiting to happen. Kat from Cat and Lily injured herself opening hers. And would you believe she got hers from the Historical Sampler Company one? So I ended up with 2 pairs. I have 2 pairs of the same glasses. They both went to the same company and bought the same scissors. Wild. But I'm going to get more into that in a minute. So in the Historical Sampler Company one, we got 3 kits spread over the course of 3 days. Day 1, and then 2 other random days, I can't remember. We got a star ornament. It was basically a little glitter star. We got a needles with a little needle holder. On Christmas Eve, we got an ornament. We got a nutcracker ornament. We got a snowflake hole punch. We got them glasses scissors, as mentioned. We got a Christmas tree needle minder with the Liberty London fabric, which was quite nice. We got a hot chocolate shop, which was very nice. We got cupcake cases. We got ribbon. We got a make your own reindeer embroidery kit. We got some beads. And on 2 separate days, we got one thread. B5200 and an Anchor lame thread. We got mini Santa hats, a dog ornament, some jingle bells, some washi tape, a Merry Christmas ceramic star. It was yay big. And we got some stickers. Does that sound like a cross-stitch advent calendar to you? I'll let you think about it. Take 10 seconds to think about it. No. It doesn't, does it? No. And if you want live reactions to me opening all of those things, go and watch the playlist below. Down there. I will put a link in. You won't be able to click it because YouTube doesn't like me yet. I need to be bigger before they'll authorize clickable links. But you can copy and paste it. Or what I'll do, I'll leave it at I'll put at the end of this video when I add the card thing, whatever you call it, you know, where it comes up and says subscribe, I'll put that playlist on there rather than a video. See? I do things for you guys. So that was, well, that was wild. That was what we got in the historical sampler one. Now, are they worth the money? No, they're not. The historical sampler one categorically was not. This box that they curated probably didn't even cost them £30 to put together. If you think about it, they obviously buy things at wholesale price. They'll probably get a discount for buying in bulk. I would be very surprised if this cost even £30 to put together. I would be very, very surprised. And there was a lot of like small issues. There was about 5 or 6 days where they put the stickers on the packets upside down. Like, that's A1 quality, surely. Surely, if you're providing what's meant to be a luxurious calendar, it's meant to be something... It's expensive for starters. It costs a lot of money. It's a treat. Sometimes for some people, it's what they save up for and treat themselves to as a nice little treat for Christmas. Sometimes people have to scrimp for it to actually get it, but they do that because they want it. And then you get a box where they can't even put the stickers on correctly, which was... It's such a little thing to get wound up about, I appreciate and completely understand. But at the end of the day, you paid £97 for something and you're telling me the people who put it together couldn't put the stickers on the right way up. That's what you tell... It seems like they didn't care enough to make sure it was 100% spot on. And that doesn't even go into some of the gifts that they put in. That doesn't even cover receiving stickers, receiving one thread, one skein of B5200. Let me just look, the hole punch, the tiny little star, the ceramic star that said Merry Christmas. They haven't put as much effort in as I would expect. Historical Sampler Company, I will say this until I'm blue in the face, are one of my favourite companies. They do such a good job usually of what they provide. Their kits are really reasonably priced. The cotton and twine subscription boxes are fantastic. The stitch alongs are always really fun and really big. And yet this advent box has been a complete letdown. There is not one person who watched my videos who was like, oh yeah, that historical sampler box is good value for money. You're getting really good value for money. The only place you will find people being positive about it is Facebook. Within the Historical Sampler Company's Facebook pages, people are like, oh, it was really amazing. They must have opened a completely different box to me, with the greatest of respect. Because you can't buy a cross-stitch advent calendar, get 4, maybe 5 cross-stitch related items, and then call that a success. You can't. You genuinely can't. Yeah. I'm a lot more measured about it now that I've obviously taken the time to think about it, and I've had the chance to discuss it with Graham and talk it over and, you know, truly think about it. And, you know, even I keep going to say the cross-stitch advent calendar, even the Caterpillar cross-stitch advent calendar didn't cover itself in glory. 10 of the days of 24 was the 3 kits that they put together. The only saving grace for me for the Caterpillar cross-stitch advent calendar was the 3 enamel needle minders. They made it so it wasn't a massive disappointment. But like the wooden snowman, I think that was pretty much like 2 days before Christmas, if not like the day before Christmas Eve. That wooden snowman was so low effort. So low effort. It was wild. Even the ornament, it's a really nice ornament. It's a star, it's lovely, but you know, it's not cross-stitch. So, you know, even the floss drops on Christmas Eve, and I said this in the video, you can go back and watch it, 5. They could only put 5 floss drops in. They couldn't even give 10 floss drops. Like, it just all felt like a cost-cutting, money-pinching kind of exercise from both. And I realised this is not going to put me in the good graces of Caterpillar Cross Stitch or Historical Sampler Company. I'm not bothered. I am a Floss tuber who will tell it like it is. I'm not about getting stuff to review. I don't want freebies, unless they're well aware that I will be completely honest. I've got the Caterpillar Cross Stitch membership for the year. I'm waiting for it all to come, and I will be reviewing that at the end of the year as well. That'll be one of my videos in like November, December. Is that worth it? So I'm really intrigued. I'm calling these, I'm not calling them out. I'm not going to, go and tag them in the video so they'll watch it. But I'm not afraid to tell it like it is. I think a lot of it gets covered because people love Caterpillar Cross Stitch. There is, like, everybody was saying the advent calendar for 2023 was amazing. It was okay. It was bordering on good, but it wasn't mind-blowing. The primary thing I felt opening both of these advent calendars was disappointment. And maybe I put too much pressure on myself, especially with the Caterpillar one, because 2022 was amazing. So maybe that's on me. Maybe I should have, been a little bit more, like, less enthusiastic or less anticipatory about it. But if you're spending a combined cost of over £200 on 2 cross-stitch advent calendars and you're feeling disappointed, you've not spent your money well. I could have just treated myself to like 5 Bella Filipina mermaids. I could have got some fabric from Paul Stitches. In the grand scheme of things, as nice as it was to have something to unbox, and I loved doing Flossmas, I loved the conversations we had about it, it was a waste of money. And the worst thing is, the Historical Sampler one was a gift from Graham. So I bought the Caterpillar Cross Stitch one myself, and I saw the Historical Sampler one, and I was like, could I have this for my Christmas box? So Graham got it for me for my Christmas box. And the fact he spent £97 on something for me that was so thoroughly disappointing pretty much every day. There's only a few days where it was like, okay. And eventually it got to the point where it was almost like a meme. It was just like, you could see from our facial expressions, you could just see that it just wasn't it. It just was not it. He could have spent that money better for me for Christmas. I got him an advent calendar as well, by the way. I got him a whiskey advent calendar, and I tried to more or less keep everybody updated on it, but I failed a couple of times. He enjoyed it. I think his whiskey advent calendar disappointed him as well. There was a day that had 2 of the same brand of whiskey in one day. Not in one day, in like 2 separate days, but it was the same brand. I mean, there's thousands of whiskies out there. And not a lot of it was integrity bottlings, which, if you don't know whiskey, which we probably don't, you're on a cross stitch channel, it's like full strength, 46% alcohol volume. It has no artificial flavourings in. The Scotch whisky industry are notorious for putting caramel colourant in, and is that the only one? Cast strength and no chill filtering. So like they run it through filters and it like takes out some of the like oiliness and it takes out the impurities, but the impurities actually make the whiskey better, if that makes sense. So he wasn't exactly cock-a-hoop about his either, but at least every single day he got a whiskey. He got to drink a whiskey every single day of some description. Whereas, we're open stuff from the Historical Sampler Company that just wasn't cross-stitch related in the slightest. It was stuff that, Jasmine is going to put to good use because she's a paper crafter, but this was a box aimed primarily at paper crafters, not at cross-stitch fans, which is weird to me because you're a cross-stitch company, you're not a paper craft company. That would be like going and buying a chocolate advent calendar and Cadbury decide, well, you don't want chocolates in that, we're going to put fruit pastels in. It would literally be the same kind of thing. I love fruit pastels, but I would be pretty disappointed to open it and only get 5 chocolates out of 24, and the rest are fruit pastels or jelly tots. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. So it was an interesting experience. I'm glad I got them to experience them, but would I buy them next year? No. I might get the Caterpillar one. I like the exclusive needle minders, but I'm going to think about it. The historical sampler one, categorically, I'm not getting that one next year. I'm not. They have said they're going to put 6 kits in next year. So that basically means that for 6 days we'll get kits. And then for 18 days we'll get, you know, tat. For lack of a better word, we'll get tat. We'll get paper craft items. They would have to categorically promise that we would get cross-stitch items every single day for me to even consider it. And even then, I wouldn't. Because there was something last in the 2022 box that was very similar. It was a very similar outlay. And then for 2023, they said there was going to be more cross-stitch items and more sweet treats. And there wasn't. According to what people have said and told me, there wasn't. We got 1 sweet treat, bizarrely. We only got 5. So 3, 4, 5... 6, technically 6 cross-stitch items. I don't count the 1 thread. I think that was ridiculous. Excuse me. That should have been a few threads. I don't count the beads either, because not everybody traditionally beads. You know, that's usually a more advanced kind of thing, so not everybody, and especially not with just random beads. A bunch of random beads. You know, for my Bella Filipina, I've got specific beads for that design. So unless a stitch actually calls for it, I kind of try and stick to that, so I don't just add beads unnecessarily kind of thing. I've never beaded before. I have a little bit. I've got a bat design up there somewhere with some no waist back buttons on, but I've not beaded the way I'm going to bead on my Bella Filipina. That's for sure. So, you know, they're not worth it. They're not worth wasting your money on, essentially. You know, if you want to know specifically what was in to have a look and see, you can go back and watch my videos, like I say. But the historical sampler company definitely wasn't worth the money. And it certainly wasn't worth the disappointment. Christmas is my absolute favourite time of year. And to set myself up every day for disappointment, it became funny. It became funny at the end, let's be honest. We were all having a laugh about it. But it wasn't great. And even the caterpillar one, you know, like I say, 3 kits spread over 10 days. It's like these companies see us coming, unfortunately, and it kind of feels like they're taking advantage. And that might be really harsh of me to say, but I'm not bothered. You know, nearly half of the Caterpillar cross-stitch advent calendar was the kits. So when you kind of put the two together, yes, there was more tat and paper craft items in the historical sampler one, but the only thing the Caterpillar cross-stitch one did differently was the enamel needle minders, because we got 3 of them. If you put them both together, granted the Caterpillar one was more cross-stitch oriented, I'll give them that, neither of them really cost the price that they charge for us, and I appreciate they've got to make profit. You know, they can't just do these things for free, but I think they make too much profit. I've said this before, I love Caterpillar cross-stitch, I'm a big fan. I think Sally Wilson has cornered a nice niche of the market and kind of like plays on that. But there's a lot of things Caterpillar do where it's a little bit profiteering. I hope that's the right use of the word, by the way. I don't know, because I don't fully know what it means. But like, they do these stitching socials where you pay nearly £45 to take part. And so say £17 is the kit that you actually get to take part in the social. The rest of that money you are paying for 2 hours to sit and chat with people. That's like, so like, that's like £45, 17, 20. You're paying over 25 quid just for the pleasure of spending 2 hours with 10 people and a host. So that's 250 quid they make just to have somebody sitting in Zoom for a couple of hours having a chat. I appreciate they've got to set it up and everything, but that's £250 you're getting. I don't think it needs to be that expensive. I would love to take part because I like the design that they've got for this one, but I'm not. I cannot justify the cost of £45, £25 essentially, which is going to Caterpillar just for hosting it. I will host socials on my YouTube, for crying out loud, and I wouldn't charge for them. I don't agree with it. The whole point of it should be you don't pay for the social, you pay for the kit, and that's all you need to pay for. But that's a whole video for another time. I do want to go to a Stitching Social at some point for the sake of being able to review it. And I swear, I am not negative. I'm not a negative person. But I don't agree with people taking the mickey out of other people. And I don't like when businesses see an opportunity to charge for something that shouldn't be charged for. Like I say, I buy Caterpillar cross stitch all the time. I've got the new stitch along, I've got the previous stitch along, I've got loads of stitch alongs. I've got like majority of their kits. But I will call people out on unfair kind of practices. And that is it for me. You know, I would rather do a social with my FlossTube friends. You know, I'd rather have one with Kat from Catkin and Lily, or Stephanie and Alison from Cross Stitch the Globe, or Katie from Peacock Stitcher, or anybody like Pauline who comments, Anne who comments, you know, I'd rather do something with you guys on Hiya or on Zoom than pay to sit with people I don't know for 2 hours, because that would be so awkward for me. I am not an extroverted person, I'm an introvert, and although I can do my videos and I can, you know, I am quite bubbly, I'm a different kind of introverted to how Graham is, for example. I can do the social aspect of it a little bit better. I would find it really strange to sit with 10 people and I wouldn't know what to say, and I'd be concerned I wouldn't actually get to say anything, so I'd just be sat there for 2 hours. Whereas I know if I'm going to stitch with Kat or Steph or Alison, Stephanie, sorry, I don't know if you like Steph, or Pauline or Jasmine or Anne or Michelle or anybody who comments, I know we'd have some good times, we'd have some fun, we'd all get to have a chat and talk and stuff. So yeah, I didn't mean to go into that rant. That is a rant for another day. And I don't want my channel to be a negative channel. Like I say, I'm not negative. I'm honest. I'll always be honest. And, you know, I don't agree with selling 2 boxes for over £200 combined and we don't get like the feeling of joy out of it. Michelle is one of the people who watches my videos, and you know, she saved up to buy the box, and she got to the point where she didn't or wasn't even going to open the box any further because of how disappointing it was. Can you imagine? I cannot imagine. I wanted to do that, to be quite honest. I said to Graham a couple of times, I just want to open everything now and get it out of the way. Not because I was one of those who can't wait. I just wanted to get the disappointment out of the way and just enjoy the bits that I could from the Caterpillar one. And it took everything in me not to do that. And Graham was like, no, don't do that. Don't like kind of like ruin it kind of thing. And I didn't. I didn't. But it wasn't a good experience. I wouldn't say they're worth it. I know a lot of people recommended the Bothy Threads one. So that there are other companies that do other cross-stitch calendars. Bothy Threads do one, which looked quite nice from what I could see from that was in it. It seems like there were a couple of embroidery type projects in, so again, not really in the cross-stitch realm, though I know Bothy is a cross-stitch and embroidery company, so that kind of makes sense. Stitchfinity do one, though there was a little bit of controversy about them, though I do need to ask someone about that actually. I need to try and get some information, because I don't want to be recommending if it's not worth recommending. Innocent Bones did a 12 Days of Christmas or a 24 Days of Christmas one. Got some thoughts on that one as well. Can't share them because they weren't my thoughts. Maloka Designs did a 12 Days of Christmas one, and that looked like the best value to me. It was about £100, I think, more or less. But the kits Katie sent me, you got two enamel needle minders and 2 full massive kits. Those alone are worth the price of that one, I think. And I think there was a 3rd needle minder and a 3rd kit. That could be wrong. That sounded like the most value for money, even though you got less days out of it. You actually got more kits out of it. You got 3 full size kits. I'm just trying to think if there's any others that I can think of from the UK. I could be wrong. I know Jess from Geeky Stitching Company did one a couple of years ago. She didn't do one this year. She's only just like relaunching everything, and you know, she's a small independent creator. But I think overall, from what people have told me, from what I've heard, from what I've seen, there isn't one calendar that was necessarily worth it. The Maloka Designs is probably the one I'd give the most props to. From what I've seen, from what they offered, Megan did a really good job with that one. So I would probably maybe err towards, I might get that one next year. this year even. It's 2024. But overall, they're not worth it. They are a bit of a money grab, a bit of a, you know, opportunity for companies to kind of like take our money and not provide the best service that they normally do. Historical Sampler Company really let themselves down. I am so surprised. Joanne and Suzanne are amazing usually. Like I say, their kits are such good value for money. The cross-stitch boxes, the cotton and twine boxes are fantastic. I can't fault them on anything. But if that advent calendar had been the first thing I'd bought from them, I would not buy another item. I'll still continue to support them. I'm ready for the next cotton and twine box actually. I skipped the December one because I didn't really like it too much. But the January design is an Emma Congdon one, Welcome to Our Home. I really like that. I like it says our as well, so I'm going to do that one and hang it up somewhere as you walk into the house. I quite like that. But I would not buy, I don't think I'll buy either of these again. I might get the Caterpillar one. I said I might. It depends on money. I don't want to waste my money again. If I've got £100 spare to buy it, but I don't really, to be honest. I don't have a lot of spare money. I don't have a lot of disposable income, you know, and to think I could get some Bella Filipinas, you know, I could do it what I want. But what is going to happen next year, and I'm really excited, is Graham's going to make me my own, this year, it's going to take ages to remember I'm in 2024 now. Graham's going to make me my own advent calendar, so I'm going to end this video on a lovely happy note that my amazing fiance is going to make me my own advent calendar. It's going to be cross-stitch related, cross-stitch exclusive, and there's going to be fabrics, floss drops, there's going to be like anything you could think of cross-stitch wise he's going to get to put in it. He's already researching it, he's already got ideas for it. Bear in mind it's the 3rd of January when I'm filming this. Yes, apologies, I am having to film a couple of videos on a Wednesday while I still have Wednesday off, just to get ahead of myself a little bit. And I am so excited. He's going to smash it. And he's going to obviously only have £100 to spend. And it's going to be £100 at cost price. So, like, it's not as if he's going to get any mega discounts. He's not buying in bulk, he's making it for me. So, you know, it's really going to show actual value for money. And I'm just very excited. I'm so grateful, you know, he was very kind to offer. He works full time, you know, he doesn't have a lot of spare time himself. But I know he does like a project, so I know he's going to enjoy doing it for me. So yeah. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe, by the way, I've got a blanket on. I'm freezing. I normally have my dressing gown on. I'm so cold when I'm filming. I've even shut the windows as well. I've got candles going. That was a really nice offer. It was really kind of him. He is very kind. You know, he set my camera up for me today and everything. He is the best. And, you know, he's going to completely run rings around these two. Next Advent is going to be so much fun because you're all just going to be, like, very jealous. In the nicest way. I don't mean in a bad way. And, you know, it's going to be so much fun. I'm going to be so excited to unbox everything. I'm just thinking about it. It's going to be dead exciting. So, yeah. Advent 2024, stay tuned. It is going to be fun. Graham's going to do my own advent calendar. I'm going to do him a whiskey one if I can. I'm going to see if I can do that for him because his was, like I say, a bit disappointing as well. So yeah, that's it. Graham's due his break in a minute, so I'm just about to finish filming anyway. That was really good timing. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too negative, but I hope it was honest. And I hope that you all learned something from it. You know, just because a company's offering something that sounds amazing, it isn't always going to be amazing. Oh, excuse me. I think it's important to know that. And I think it's important to be honest. I could have come on here and I could have said, oh my god, these are the best advent calendars ever. Oh my god, go and buy them. But that isn't me. I am not going to mislead you guys. You guys come and watch me and you enjoy me. You like how I am. You like how honest I am. So I'm never going to change that. If I genuinely like something, you'll know about it. You just have to go back and watch the advent videos to know how much I was not enjoying it. So I hope you all, kind of accent is that, Leah? I hope you all have a lovely week. I don't know how long this video is because I can't see. I've got my new camera and it's got this lovely screen here, but I can't see how long I've been filming. I think it's roughly been about half an hour because I've got the time on the clock there, but I'm going to have to get a timer because it stresses me out not knowing. Because I like to try and make them like 30, 40 minutes. I don't want to do a 20-minute video and just be like, oh, feels like I've waffled on forever and it's only 20 minutes. I don't think it is, but I need a timer. Next week for FlossTube 29, I'll be doing a whip parade. I'm so excited. I can't wait to show you the things I've been working on. I will be doing whip parades on the regular now because it's a nice, quick, fun video to do. Oh, I'm so excited. I love a whip parade. I have got some amazing floss tubes to be watching today. Amy from Nifty Stitch is back with a new video. I'm so excited. Obviously, she's had a baby, so she's obviously been away for a little bit. I'm so excited to see what she's been doing. Cross Stitch the Globe, my lovely favourites. Alison and Stephanie have a couple of videos that I need to get watched. Kat from Catkin and Lily has one as well. Her, I think it's end of year whip parade. And Katie from Peacock Stitcher has, I believe it's a whip parade as well. I'm going to be whip paraded. I can't wait. I love supporting other floss tubers. I love lifting them up as well. You know, I've made some really good friends. Even just the people who watch, like I say, Pauline, Michelle, Anne, anybody I've forgotten, I'm not ignoring you. I love all of you so much. Like, it's so great. So I'm going to stop waffling now. If you like this video, this is the kind of content I do. Give it a big thumbs up. I assume I'll probably get some dislikes on this one. I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I've got 430 subscribers as of filming. I'm so close to 500 and I'll be doing a giveaway. I can't wait. And as always, come back next Wednesday at 7 PM for more fantastic FlossTube content. And I'll see you all again next week. Bye.